You're hearing it first on InfoWars. We saved it for you. Trump is going to bring peace in Afghanistan. He did not want to bring in 4,000 more troops, according to the reports, but he did. And you should remember during his campaign, he said he wanted to end the Afghan war. Think about it. United States spent more money rebuilding the bombed out Afghan infrastructure that we the people paid for to get bombed out, that we the people also paid the military industrial complex to repair. We spent more money when adjusted for inflation rebuilding Afghanistan than we did with the Marshall Plan after World War II. So, I forecast that Trump is going to take the second part of our action plan for Occupy Peace. It's a 4-point action plan. Number 1, honor the founding fathers, bring home the troops, no foreign entanglements, secure the homeland. Number 2, put the troops to work rebuilding our rotted infrastructure. The Troops Progress Administration, the TPA, the 2.0 version of the Works Progress Administration of the Great Depression. But here's a big trend for you. Big story. In Afghanistan, U.S. sees signs of peace. You never read a headline like this before in the last 17 years. Here's your trend forecast. Go back to your Friday trend special. Listen to what I said about the TPA, Troops Progress Administration. Bring home the troops, put the troops to work rebuilding our rotted infrastructure, 21st century WPA program, Troops Progress Administration. Force Congress to vote to war, which they haven't done since World War II, and have referendums on each state ballot where we'll tell the congressmen how to vote, and congresswomen and senators, because we're the ones that pay for the war with our money and our lives. We believe there's going to be Trump's new plan to rebuild the infrastructure. And it's going to be one that only we are forecasting. It's based on one big element: bringing home the troops from Afghanistan. We see a peace plan coming up. We see him bringing home the troops from South Korea, closing the bases in a number of countries where they're not needed, and putting the troops to work to rebuild our rotted infrastructure. A Troops Progress Administration plan similar to the WPA, the Work Progress Administration plan in the 1930s. We are the only ones calling this. And it's 2 elements of our Occupy Peace program. Number 1, close the bases overseas, honor the founding fathers, beginning with George Washington, no foreign entanglements. Number 2, bring home the troops, secure the homeland, and put them to work rebuilding our rotted infrastructure. As China's economy is going down, they're still building the nation up. While America's economy goes down, all we keep doing is building the defense budget bigger. And speaking of Afghanistan, Mad Dog Mattis, Afghan war strategy working because Taliban under pressure to talk. You know what that is.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
You better take precautions. So here we are. Civilian deaths are rising. More Afghan territory is going toward the Taliban. And they're saying that the ever-worsening situation is working. But that's what they call progress. We believe this is the setup for what we've said. It's the beginning of the end of the Afghan war. They're not going to say they lost. They're going to say they're leaving with dignity and honor, and they've stabilized the country. They got rid of Osama bin Laden, and everybody's happy. Because when you saw what happened in the midterm elections, just going on, the preview to them, that just happened this past Tuesday in the United States, is a little iffy on the Republican end to win the midterm elections. Peace with Afghanistan will help them do it. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo spoke with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman via telephone on Monday to discuss the ongoing situations in Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, and Yemen, according to the State Department. They also discussed their support for a ceasefire in Afghanistan and peace in Afghanistan more broadly. Hey, I guess they watch Trends in the News or listen to me saying this since July, that Trump is going to play a Trump card come the midterm elections. Gerald Celente forecasts that Donald Trump is going to use my Troops Progress Administration program. He's going to end the war in Afghanistan, bring troops home from South Korea, bring them back from other bases overseas, take them out of Syria, and put the troops to work rebuilding America's rotted infrastructure. Watch. We'll see. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's Trends in the News.